What's going on, everybody? This is Mark from Breakout Bulls. Follow us on Twitter at Breakout Bulls um, for weekly stock picks. Hit us up on our Twitter page. Follow us on our group chat to get pretty much real time alerts as they happen, as we get new information, and we pass it on to you guys. So remember, this is not investment advice. We always recommend you to do your due diligence. This is for educational purposes only, just to help you guys get a better understanding of the charts, the charting that goes behind finding these picks. So the first pick that I want to continue from last week is MELY, which you can see here broke out beautifully. Let me just fix up my scanner, or rather fix up my charting here to show me exactly what I need. So I do this very simply. Um, just use a couple of moving averages and price action, and that's pretty much it. Support and resistance levels. Keeping it simple, which is something I find is the best way to do this. So you can see here, last week on the video, I mentioned that to follow the 200-day moving average, which you can see here, we had a big breakout on April 3rd on huge volume here, and this pattern kind of came down into the EMA and just bounced and consolidated, while the price stayed under the 200-day moving average, and moved up here alongside the short-term EMA here. So as you can see, there were lower highs that were being set, higher lows that were being set here, and there were lower highs being set as the price kind of consolidated down into this flag pattern over here. So you can see nice flag up, and then a nice triangle that it broke out of on this day, which was perfectly called. I said that a breakout above the 200-day moving average around, at the time it was around 0.025, but if you would have followed that, then 0.024 would have been your breakout price, and the possibility there, I think the high was 0.032, so could have been around a 32% gain on that day, which is pretty much exactly where I said it was gonna go. Looking on the weekly chart here, this is where I picked most of my targets. So the price was around here. I said look for resistance around this area here. Sorry, I think it was around here. Yeah, so nice target here at the 0.003 area. So now how we're looking at this on the weekly chart is, you can see here that we had the big weekly bullish wide range candle right here, and we've got weekly consolidation. So basically the pattern that we saw breakout on the daily chart is now pretty much locked and loaded on the weekly chart here. So you can see the 50 MA is just moving down, and the short-term MA is moving the prices up. So we've got some higher lows and lower highs coming into the weekly pattern here. So again, on a breakout above 0.0031, if you want to be conservative, you can aim for the high of the previous breakout candle, which is 0.0042. So breakout of this to 0.0042. Where are we down here? Would be around a 33%, 34% move here. Maybe looking for this around this area here, the 0.005s, as more likely resistance, because we see a little bit more historic price over here, and as well at the 0.01 levels on the weekly as well over here. So definitely looking for probably around a breakout to this level throughout this week, which would be a nice 63% move. Again, anything can happen, as this is the market, so the price may drop down, and this pattern may fail. So wait for the breakout, wait for that confirmation, and then you know kind of where to set your initial targets here, and just play it safe. If the trade goes against you, cut your losses as quickly as possible. And then hey, if the price breaks the resistance again, you can always buy back in. It's better to be safe than sorry. That's one of the most important lessons I've learned. So that's Melly. That's what we're looking for on that chart. The next chart is, or rather, the next ticker is also from last week's chart. So last week we were sitting around the 0.01 area here. I thought that we would see a bigger bounce, but we didn't see the bounce, and it actually, the market rolled over here. And now we're sitting in the same kind of position here that we were last week. So this is a possible bounce play. You can see we had four down days, 4 consecutive down days here. Market found some support around the 0.058 area, and then on Friday around the 0.059 area. That's where they found market found support there, and we actually closed green. This is a bullish harami pattern. If you guys know candlesticks, so to confirm the pattern, we need to see a close above the high, which was 0.0075. And if you kind of just look up here, you can see the obvious resistance right around this area, just judging by the previous structure resistance right over here. And you can see the 50 and the short-term EMA are kind of both of them in the same general area here. So a breakout above the 0.075 area, I'd be looking for to sell into resistance around here, around the 0.01 area for a short 30% move. But hey, aim like a sniper, miss like a sniper. So go for this, aim for the small move. If you don't get it, you're out, and you look for the next one. So that's pretty much what I'm looking for on the daily. I don't think the weekly is really setting up for a huge move here. Yeah, so just a daily pattern breakout I'm looking for over the next week on FROZ. So this is another. It's more of a high risk play. So if you know how to play these, this is a potential. If you're and you guys stick to the more probable plays. The next ticker that I'm gonna be looking at is SLNX, which you can see is in a clear uptrend here. The short term, mid term, and long term moving averages are all parallel to each other, all faced upwards in an uptrend here. So this thing clearly looking like it's in an uptrend. So what I'm looking for here is I see three uptrending candles here. Each of them has a higher range than the previous, which shows that there is greater volatility as we move throughout the last 3 trading days here. So what I'm looking for here is I can see that there's obvious resistance around this area, the 0.01 area. But as these were 3 consecutive green days, we might see, judging by the 3-day rule, we might see some a pullback tomorrow, a red day, before another leg up here. So that's just a small correction that the market might take. Sorry, rather that the ticker might take. On the weekly chart here, you can see there's obvious resistance around this area, but a breakout above here could take us towards our weekly the 200-day moving average here at 0.0241 around this area here. So that's another potential breakout to watch for if it does break this. So you can see here we have kind of a cup pattern forming. So if it breaks back out over here on volume, we might see a move back to 0.0241. So that's another play to kind of look out for coming into the next week. And the final play that I want to give you guys a heads up on is MDMN. Not sure what the story is here. Not really faced too much with it, but you can see that we had 3 pretty wide range green days over here, which reached a high of 0.0730 on escalating volume. So the volume looks like it's actually increasing each day. So again, the 3-day rule would basically caution us in buying in, or if you already have a position in here, it would be probably a good idea to lock in some profits Again, following the 3-day rule, we might see some profit, some selling going into this week, with the potential for another leg up after some selling and some consolidation. So just checking the weekly. Weekly again looks beautiful. You can see higher lows here, and just a nice neckline resistance around this area here. So I'm looking for a nice breakout above the 730s. Um, with short term, I mean, you've got some short term resistance here with the 200-day moving average sitting right above there. So you can be kind of cautious if you want. And hey, it's around a 9% move to the 200-day moving average. Um, and then from there, I think the next resistance I would see, that's around 0.08 over here. Next resistance I see is around 0.094. So another potential play. This thing has a potential for 25% if on the weekly it keeps up the big push. You can see there was some huge volume here. So definitely watch this candle. It might be looking to break over this resistance here, some significant overhead resistance, which again could get it to fly. If it goes to this swing high, we'd be aiming for around here, around a 76% move over. This is on a week over week basis. So again, this wouldn't be overnight, but if the pattern does break through on volume, then we have a pretty good case for entry here. All right, guys. So that's what I'm basically gonna be keeping an eye on this week, in addition to the other tickers that you will find on Breakout Bulls homepage. This is us over here. So follow us at Breakout Bulls. You can see we've got like to keep the conversations going. We like to update every pretty much every day. We're very active during the trading day. We've got our own Breakout Bulls chat, which you can join as well. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be active. Give us a follow if you're not already. Recommend us to friends, family, etc., etc. And we look forward to some happy hunting this coming week. So until then, we'll see you guys later. Take care.